Sup everyone, this is Casual Talk here. As you can see, I got a little disguise thing going on. Reason means for my own safety concerns, and I just rather not do a full face reveal. This is as far as I'm going to go. And shout out goes to Big Mac for recommending me Set My Own Ways channel. I'm gonna do a video reaction as requested on is society trash or is it just me? This video is by Set My Own Way. Shout out goes to him as well. I'll be tagging him in this very video. If you're seeing this video, man, shout out to you. This is an excellent video. I'm gonna give my own input and my own take on this video. Okay, here we go.
Canon view here, and it got me thinking, why is society so trash? And I think about that a lot, but I thought a little deeper this time, and I got to thinking, is society really trash, or is it just trash from my point of view? Because there are people out there who are living very productive lives, and there's nothing particularly special about them. You know, there's people just like me and you walking around out there doing great. They have a job that pays well, they have a healthy relationship, they love their family, and they just live a life that you would probably want to live.
Yeah, it's a life that anyone would want to live. A comfortable, easygoing life, the American dream. But that dream is not the reality for the majority. The majority now, in this generation, especially the generations behind me, the Gen Zers, they are going to have it hard. They're going to have it harder, and the reason being is because so many of the same jobs that they're going for is going to become scarce, meaning that you're going to have to bring more to the table. You're going to have to bring more to the table in order to live comfortably. It's more competitive. There's more competition. Things are more expensive, and it's harder to get by in order to get the career that you want to get. It's more competitive, and you just got to know how to play the game and put in the work. You just got to know how to play the game, pray to God, and put in the work.
The type of life that I want to live. And for some people that comes so simple, but for me, it's been a pursuit. It's something that I have to go after. And I wonder if my efforts have just been too strong to get that kind of reality. Maybe it's something you just sit back and relax and don't focus on, and then it'll come to you. I'm not too sure, but life has had a lot of twists and turns for me personally, so
Yep, same here.
I just feel like I could never figure it out, and maybe it's all my fault, and maybe I'm just mad at the world.
Man, this guy is so realistic. He holds himself accountable. He's real. He's real. This is why I had to make a few comments on his video. Set My Own Way, I did check out your channel, bro. A lot of your videos, man, it reminded me of Sly Jones. Sly Jones no longer makes videos anymore, but hey, if you know who Sly Jones is, you can look him up. He actually brought up a lot of stuff that's going on in society, and the reason being why I believe he just stopped making videos altogether, and it's been over 5 years already, is because he said he just wanted to make money at this point and stopped wasting his time talking about society, because talking about society is a waste of time. Hey, genuinely speaking, I don't even like talking about celebrities, man. It's a time waster. Sure, it may bring me a lot of views and clicks, but it's not fulfilling. It's not making me happy. Okay?
I just got done with laundry.
Oop, wrong video.
Maybe it's all my fault.
Yep.
And maybe I'm just mad at the world because of that.
Felt that way before too.
And all of these events throughout my life have really caused me to have a more negative attitude these days.
Right here.
Like I said in the last video, I used to be super positive. I used to see this world as an opportunity to do the things that you want to do. And I never thought that things were really limitless, but I did really believe that if you took the proper steps, things would go in your favor.
Yeah.
But here I am. Now, I know that when you take the proper steps, there are people there to tell you no. There are
always that one person.
Little problems that can come up at any point in time
Always those
that
haters.
can majorly get in the way of your goal. And that type of thing has happened to me every time that I set a big goal for myself, especially if I really want it. It seems like the more I want it, the more it runs away from me, the more unavailable it becomes, the more people there are to tell me that it's not going to happen. And it all starts...
All these obstacles is also to test you, and there's also going to be haters. Look, I'm on my 15-minute break, and I kid you not, there's always going to be those few people who are either depressed about hearing your plans and your goals, and they're not happy, or there's those people who are just not happy and they're miserable, and they hope that you fail. There's people that really feeds off of negative emotion. Like, they feed off of people's failures. It's sick. It's toxic. It's toxic. One incident that happened a few months ago, I brought up something I was going to go for a college degree to my supervisor, right? One of my other coworkers was there. Old lady, I think she's in her early 60s. When I told my supervisor, yeah, I'm going to college, I'm thinking about physical therapy, because this is what I was thinking about doing at the time, right? Before I changed my major, my program and major again. And my supervisor was like, oh, wow, that's good. You know, go for it. You could do it. You could do it. And I'm not used to hearing people be positive. And I kid you not, from my peripheral vision, the same old coworker, she made a smug look on her face. She made a smug look like I hope he fails. Like, I could just see it. When you know how to read someone's face, someone's body language, that's all you got to know about the person. That's all you got to know about what they're thinking. That's all you have to know. That's all you got to know. Seriously, that's all you have to know. Read a person's face. Read a person's facial expressions. Read someone's body language. When you present them the good news about, I'm about to get myself together. Money's gonna come through. See how they react. See if they're happy for you. Trust me. Always read a person's facial expressions and their body language, and see if they're happy for you genuinely. That's gonna let you know that that person is envious of you or jealous of you, or if they're happy for you.
Starts with the people who really have nothing to do with it. You tell somebody that you trust that you're going to accomplish something, and they might say, all right, man, if you really think so. And then you move forward with what you have to do, and then somebody who really is between you and your goal, like an official, like somebody who has to type up the paperwork so you can own a home or get a job, and there they are, right there to tell you no. And I've been shut down in so many situations, especially when it comes to trying to have a better life and getting a good, consistent job with benefits that can give me a fulfilling duty to do each and every day. But now I'm older and I realize that work and life doesn't function like that. It isn't about what you want to do. It's about what you have to do.
That was my favorite part of what he said. Because most people in society needs to hear that. Anyone who's going through something, who's struggling, who's complaining about the cost of living, complaining about their job, complaining about this and that, just whiners. Like, I get tired of people like that. I stay away from people that complain too much. If you're a grown man and you're complaining, that looks bad. That looks really bad. That's the equivalent to a woman that's complaining. Sure, men needs an outlet. We all need space to express ourselves. But if you're expressing yourself in an emotional way, it looks weak, bro. It's not just my 2 cents. In general, it looks weak. And a lot of women don't like weak men. A lot of real men don't like weak men. One of my closest friends stopped talking to me for a woman. True story. Was he the best friend I ever had? I thought that. He showed me his true colors once another woman came around, and this woman was not even his wife. It was a thought. It's not about what you want to do. It's what you have to do. You gotta do what you gotta do. I had to do Uber Eats before. I had to work 2 to 3 jobs. Uber Eats was my 3rd job at the time, and I was doing another job on the side on the weekends, and I was also doing a job during the week. That is not fun. It's not fun. It's fun if you want to save money. You're by yourself. You're just trying to grind. You're starting a business, right? But just being realistic, you're killing yourself. You're killing your time. And something needs to change about your situation. I was doing it because of the extra money, and I realized I'm killing myself, and I'm further ruining the relationship I have with my wife, and I have to spend more time with my kids. It's not the way to go. Having one job, one career that pays enough, where you could go on vacation, you have money left over, and you could call it a career that you're proud of. It's certified. It's under the system. That's a real job. That's a real job. And for me, I have to suck it up and do what I'm supposed to do in order to acquire that.
Survival for most of us. And you are very blessed if you work in an industry or a field that you wanted to work in, that means something to you, and you actually get paid enough to do that. Because I have worked in fields that I was interested in, but it didn't pay me enough to actually pay my bills and be a person. And I should have put 2 and 2 together, because when I first started working with animals, I noticed that it was very young people and a lot of ladies, and I stuck out like a sore thumb, and I definitely served my purpose, and I had my fun when I was there, but it didn't work out quite the way that I imagined. I learned a lot, but I got out of there, and I realized that I have to do something to make myself some money. I'm not attractive enough to work around a bunch of girls and hope that one's going to fall for me. There was a time in my life where that type of thing happened occasionally, but not anymore, and it's risky, and I've already been written up for some BS at a job, so it is what it is.
One thing I have to say with this, hey, if you're listening, man, there's always people out there for somebody. I believe that. I've seen the men that I thought was one of the most unattractive dudes, and they had girlfriends, they had wives, they were married. It could be because, for one, personality, they got something to click with. The man got himself together. That's one of the top reasons. He clicked well with his wife. He got himself together. He got something going on. He's on his purpose. When you're on your purpose and you're grinding, it looks attractive to other women. Women is not going to want to settle down with a guy who is not making anything out of his life. Can you blame her? That's like the equivalent of a man getting with a woman who is for the streets and who's just all around, who's a bus stop, and who's lazy at the exact same time. A man that's with a woman like that, he's settling. Okay? Look, common sense.
People will find a reason to go after you after a while. People will like you in the beginning and then decide that they don't like your true self. Once you actually start hanging around for a while and people see what's underneath that initial mask that you bring when you first meet people to make a good impression. Eventually you become not good enough, and then they start preferring other people. Or this has been my...
Rejection is normal, man. At this point, I'm in my early 30s. I don't even care if somebody doesn't like me or a few people don't like me. There's plenty of people that don't like me. Just now, a few minutes ago, I had to take care of a request at my job. And by the way, guys, for any one of you who are new to this, or just a reminder, I work at a hospital in Charleston, South Carolina. I'm an EVS cleaner. There was a request I had to take care of for a patient room where one of our duties is to hang up curtains for the patients, right? So they can have some privacy. There was a nurse who was looking at me funny, and she had a mean look on her face, like she just, probably I'm unattractive to her, something with me that she does not like, or maybe she's racist. Point blank. South Carolina has some racism. I brought this up in a couple of videos before this one, and I really don't care at this point. This world it has a lot of sick people in it, and it is trash. Of course, the world is not perfect. So there's a lot of people that has a garbage, scarce mentality. There are a lot of people with a trash mindset all around you. Everyone is not going to be your cup of tea. I'm just going to face it. I'm not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and everyone's not going to be my cup of tea either. I've got over that.
My experience anyway. It's like people just grow tired of me. And my friends don't seem to do that. I have my lifelong friends, and I try not to bother them. I don't call them every single day, but they really love me. And I thank God for them, because when it comes to people I just meet at the workplace, or folks where I'm just kind of trying to start off a new friendship or acquaintanceship or alliance, I feel like I make a pretty good impression, but eventually they fall out of interest. They just aren't really interested in what I'm talking about a lot of the time. And I just talk about the same thing I do in these videos. That's why I try to keep the complaining to these videos these days, because again, like yesterday, you can't be oversharing out there. It just makes people feel a certain way about you, which can make you feel insecure. It shouldn't.
Yeah, men need space to have an outlet. I agree. And if you don't have many people to express yourself to, it could be tough. It could be hard. This is coming from a man who has no friends. I don't even have male friends. I could consider my wife a friend, but that's my wife. My children is my children. That's different. But other than that, friends, nah. Been there, done that. At this point in my life, I don't even think I would get another friend ever again. Even if God was to bless me with one, I said it many times, I believe I would be wasting their time, because I want to live life. I want to live my life. I want to travel. I just want to do my thing, man. As long as it doesn't go against God and my purpose, especially God, then that's what I'm going to do. No friends here. With or without, I'll be all right.
It shouldn't, but it can. Eventually you get used to people viewing you a certain way, then you just kind of feel like people are getting tired of you.
Been there, done that. I could care less.
But there again,
Thank you,
society is in a place it's never been before with technology.
That's true.
And social media, and the way people communicate is so much different than it used to be.
Yep, because of the push of TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, OnlyFans has pushed men to further be weak, emotional, more to themselves, more to the pornography. And you could see it. You see the soyness in a lot of men. A lot of men is not real men. Hey, I believe in body game. Body game is just pretty much going to the gym or working out at home. I believe in improving myself as a man, spiritually, physically, and mentally. It's good stuff. And it makes me feel masculine. Like I'm in my masculine dominant role, especially with how God wants me to be. And I believe every man could become the best version of himself if he puts in the work. It takes time, it's tough, it's hard, but you would feel like you're like a 1%er, but you're not. Basically, you would stick out. You would stick out. I've heard other video testimonies about body game, self-improvement from other men. Don't knock it until you try it. Don't knock it until you try it. It's very spiritual, especially to not be into porn. It clears your mind, body, soul, spiritually. You feel closer with God, and it's a very nice feeling. You feel strong. You feel like you're on top of the world. You, not literally, but you feel like you could do a lot. Your life, your circle, and the way you move feels different, and it feels good for the most part. You're still gonna have your ups and downs, but hey, you'll be better equipped to know how to handle the situations that are tough, that comes through a lot better. Trust me.
And I feel like we're still getting used to that, if we'll ever get used to it. It's like we're in a never-ending process of trying to adjust to all of these new things that we always have to get used to. I mean, you can't just go into a local business and ask about a job. They have a whole line of people trying to get a job there now.
Yep. At times
Every city is bigger. There's more immigrants here that are supposedly willing to work for more money. I guess they do the roommate thing and they try and make as much money as they can and then get out of this country, because living on the day-to-day here for an extended period of time is too expensive.
It depends on where you live. It depends on the city. It depends on the area. And it also depends on the state. It also depends on how much taxes you're getting taxed off of your paycheck, depending on the rules of that county within that state or the state as a whole. You have to consider that as well.
So it wouldn't really make a lot of sense for immigrants to come here and stick around forever. They probably just stack up as much U.S. currency as they can, take it to the currency exchange in their local country and get even more money over there, and then use it to buy land. I hear there's no property tax in Mexico. I'm not sure. If anybody knows, maybe you could fill me in on that, but I've been told you don't really have to worry so much about taxes over there. If you buy the land, it's yours. I've heard it's easy to farm and things like that, but maybe I need to visit Mexico. I've heard good things. I've also heard terribly negative things, but I know that their way of life is different down there. And
every country has its pros and cons as well. And just because you heard something great about one place, that doesn't mean it's always cut out to be. Sure, some people can make it work, but everyone can't make it work. It's just a thought. I get it. I can't knock his thoughts and say that, oh, that's not gonna work, because I'm not gonna sound like I'm trying to burst his bubble, because I was thinking about going to another country at one point, and I had to realize and dig deeper into the culture, how marriage is like, how women could be like in this country, and I changed my mind, and that was Japan. I was thinking about moving to Japan, and until I was like, I don't think it's going to work out for me. I don't think it would work out. I'm just being realistic. Anyways, this is Casual Talk here. Peace out, guys. Let me know what you think.